Welcome back to the Club WAM Podcast, episode 9, right? Episode 9. Past two months of consistency, keeping it going. As you can see, Elijah is still not here. He is still on paternity leave, but he will be back, and he does have a surprise for y'all. It may include, it may or may not include a certain 76ers rookie doing a TikTok dance. So that'll be his
Couple
welcome
hip
back
shakes,
presence. Huh?
couple hip shakes. A
Couple hip
couple
shakes, couple
mean
shammies,
smirks to the camera.
couple winks, all of that good fun. But yeah, we back. Make sure y'all, hey, leave a comment saying like, we want you back, Elijah, because he'll be back. But I'm just filling in producer Don in the meantime. So yeah, there hasn't been a lot to talk about, but there is some stuff to talk about. Mainly the Olympics. Team USA kind of handedly beat Team Serbia today. Team USA was led by Durant's 23-point efficient game. The man was, I think he was 5 for 5, or he was perfect from the field in the first half, and he missed a shot in the second half. 5 for 5 from 3-point line, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So, yeah, Durant, he has the most points in Olympic men's USA basketball history for a reason. So, and LeBron wasn't too far behind. Captain America himself leading the squad with his 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists, almost a triple double. So, and I'll go to you on this first question. What are some takeaways people should be focused on from this Team USA's opening game?
Uh, from what I've seen, I think that one of my takeaways from the game is that they definitely plan on playing through LeBron and KD and Steph. And I can see why as well, because everybody else kind of like I don't feel like nobody had a bad game this game. Like, no, I don't feel like anybody shot particularly bad, like looking at it. But it's kind of like everybody was just kind of making their plays, making shots happen. Derek White had a crazy third quarter. That man came in. I think he had like 2 blocks in that quarter alone. Like, Derek White got a lot of stops that helped us push that lead way out in front. So like the addition of him, I guess that was a good call on their part, because man's playing amazing defense, especially against that Serbia team, especially in that pick and roll with Jokic and I think his name was like uh Majic or something like that. And like,
Micic.
he was balling too, the point guard for them, and I think that made me look at Jokic differently, because now it's starting to look like Jamal Murray's good, but I think Jokic may have that Chris Paul effect in the pick and roll with guards, where it's like he plays it so well that he makes the other person look like it's both of them, or like makes like that person's better than what they are in the pick and roll. Because Jokic was, man, he was doing his thing at pick and roll. Joel Embiid couldn't stop him. It was very hard for anybody to stop him in 1-on-1. Like, honestly, I think Anthony Davis probably did the best, but even he had him in foul trouble. So it was like, man, Jokic was doing his thing. But definitely for Team USA, Kevin Durant came down, man. That man was firing. Like, 2 of them shots was heat checks. 2 of them shots was walking up in transition, letting that bitch fly. And Kevin Durant is doing the damn thing, and we gonna need him to do that, because quite honestly, I think he's the best at it on that team, at coming down and just getting points, especially the way teams are defending Steph. That's another one of my takeaways from it is I understand now why Steph is starting, because Steph is getting the same treatment he gets in the NBA, where the whole defense is being played a certain way with Steph Curry on the floor. Like, they're constantly physical with him off the ball. They're always making sure somebody's attached to him, somebody's following him. He's gotten to a point where he is becoming one of the best screen setters on that team, because he knows his man isn't leaving him. So he's been doing a whole lot of jamming other guys up. He jammed KD's guy up, LeBron's guy, A's guy, even sometimes for Joel Embiid on those cuts and stuff. Like, Steph doing the damn thing, even though he may not be on the scoreboard doing the damn thing, but having him on the floor with LeBron, the way they run those like double cut pass play sets and stuff, like, hey, this team a problem. This team a problem for real.
Yeah, they certainly got off to a little bit of a rough start, and a lot of people were kind of blaming Embiid for that. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But Brandon,
Hey, my man,
takeaways.
environment. Them people straight booing him.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
It's supposed to be a away game
look,
for everybody. They booing him.
hey,
Wimby ain't enough. Y'all wanted him, Wimby, and Rudy. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have him beat than
Crazy.
Rudy, but hey, yes. Brandon,
They just feel greedy.
from your point of view, what are some takeaways that people should be paying attention to from this first game?
I mean, in general, like if the sheer lack of talent on both teams is actually a little crazy. Like, well, these like European teams, and what I've noticed, and just by like watching and like even scoreboard checking like after the games, is that a lot of these players are like dumb accomplished over in the Euro League. Like, think about it, the point guard on the Serbian team was the Euro Cup MVP for 2 straight seasons. Like, that's like a talented player, and like he came over to the league and it was a backup. Like, that's what shows you how their levels to this. And then like plus the fact that like they are like they're holding their own. Like, they could have this game like absolutely could have been close if they had just made a couple more shots. Especially in the first half, with Embiid playing a little slow, and how the game tends to be slow. Like when I watch Team USA, I noticed just in that starting lineup with LeBron and Embiid is that they're just really slow. And I don't know if they play at the pace that they necessarily need to win games when they're playing with those two. Not, and this isn't even saying Embiid shouldn't be starting, because I really don't have a problem with him starting, because it doesn't matter. It's just that he can't really close out on shooters for some reason. Like, he looks a little hurt to me. In like his
Hey,
mobility,
he was getting blocks and everything.
like Embiid, right? Yeah, he was getting blocked and everything. Like, it's like he doesn't have any lift.
He was getting
And I'm
blocks. He was
okay.
getting blocks.
Embiid?
Yeah. I mean, it was one play in the third quarter. That man protected both sides of the rim on one possession. He jumped, went up, had the backswing, still got the block on dude. Like, nah, Joel Embiid was smooth today.
Dang, maybe he was saving his defensive energy for the start of the Olympics then, because the last game that I watched, which was versus Germany, that was the one that I watched like top to bottom. Embiid could not close out on shooters in the same way that he has been able to, like, kind of his whole career. So I thought he was a little hurt out there. And then like you look at his plus minus just by his box score watching, which is why I always advocate for people to actually watch the games, because then you end up in a situation like right now where like you see he's -8 where everyone else is plus something else. And it looks like he had a bad game. So we got more to see. I mean, so I think Serbia was. I mean, we saw that we saw Serbia get messed up in the group play by Team USA. So I don't necessarily think they have much of a chance, even with Jokic down there.
Serbia is probably the second best team in our group.
Serbia, who's in our group?
I know South Sudan's in there because they play them next.
Yeah, South
Canada
Sudan
might be in there. It was like,
yeah, Canada's not big enough. They're just not big enough.
You got to see that Serbia team. That they were not a bad team. It was just Team USA was better, but that team, they played very well. Like, people was just making plays. People was making stuff happen. LeBron and KD was both perfect the whole first half. Derek White got like 3 blocks for the game. Like, him and Drew was killing. Like, everybody was just firing on all cylinders. Everybody got their 10, 12 points they needed to get. It was just one of them games. But that Serbia team is good.
Yeah, they're easily the second best. I definitely feel like they may not have split these groups up properly, because Group A is a fucking gauntlet. Like Australia, Canada, Greece, and Spain. Those are 4 powerhouses right there.
Top 2 come out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out, I guess. I mean, we'll see. I mean, America seems to have gotten a good buy. I mean, I think the only team that I've seen that could potentially stop them is Germany. I just think they're really everybody on that team is big, like everyone but Schroeder. And then Schroeder international play does some crazy stuff. So he's like a whole different player.
I do want to touch back on Embiid's play, because at the beginning, I believe it was like a 11-2 or 9-2 run when Embiid was in, and Steve Kerr instantly called a timeout and got AD in, and then Team USA went on like, I think it was like a 11-0 run or something like that. And I'll go back to you on this. is it? Do you still think it's maybe just the competition, the matchups, or is it more of Embiid's game? Does he look hurt? Embiid's game maybe doesn't match up. Like, why do you think Embiid is starting so slow?
I think they, I think it's because they trying to play through him, and that's probably just not the best idea. Like I can see why, because it's like you have a player he's 7'1", 300 pounds. Why not utilize that? Like I can understand that aspect of it. He's MVP, one of the best players in the league. I get it, but in this setting, specifically in this game against Serbia, he's standing on the opposite side of Jokic. So for us to ask him to take on that defensive assignment because it was 1-on-1, like that's why Jokic was doing his thing, because it was a show help, but is you really by yourself down there with him. So to like give him that assignment, he's trying not to foul, but he's still trying to play good defense, and then he has to come down the other end, and the offense is running through him. It kind of got to be one or the other. So it's like if we're gonna in that matchup specifically, he shouldn't have been our go-to guy at the start of the game because he's got to get in the defensive rhythm, and that's going to take away from his energy. He kind of got to see how he feel. We kind of got to see how that goes up and down the court. There were other players with other, like, I don't want to say like weaker, like they're not, but not Jokic. There was other guys on the floor that were not Jokic that we could have been attacking and utilizing, as we saw when Kevin Durant came in the game. He started hitting his shots. Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker were amazing on defense. Derek White was able to come in the game, make differences on defense. It's like, and then we scored a lot in transition because of how well we played defense. So it's like they can't. We gotta look at it differently based on the matchups. But it's like he's guarding the best guy on their team. He should not have been our go-to guy this game. Like that's why I feel like he had a slow start, just because this wasn't the team for that. Like we play Germany, we play South Sudan. Of course, go to Joel Embiid. They don't have a big man for that. They probably have someone his size, maybe can keep up a little bit, but in terms of skill, those teams don't have anybody to guard and match Joel Embiid on the other end. So in the future matchups, it'll be fine, but we can't do that against this team. And I mean, we've seen. So now they see the guard play the pick and rolls, actually running other plays. That's what's going to get us past this team if we have to play them again, if they come out of the group with us.
Yeah, just to clarify, Serbia held a 10-2 lead, and once Embiid sat, Team USA went on a 12-2 run. But Brandon, to you, do you agree with Ant about how they're utilizing Embiid and why he's starting so slow?
I mean, not necessarily. I just think that they're playing too slow when they do play with him because they are playing through him in that way. So I think trying to play through him slows down everybody else. And I'm like starting to get to the point where I feel like Drew Holiday should probably start at the 2 and just run Steph, Holiday, KD, LeBron, and Embiid. And maybe that helps with some of it. I just think more than anything they need some more pace out there. Because when they play that slow, it just allows the defense to settle. Like, I mean, it's every possession is like a grind, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're not in position to get back on D. Like, I just feel like they can do with just picking the pace up just a little bit, just so that they can get into some actions a little easier instead of walking it up. Because Embiid plays that game. He plays that like that slow. Okay, let me see if I can find a shot. Let me try to get to the foul line. He mentions getting fouled before getting a bucket, like when he's in interviews and stuff like that. I just that style is really slow and it doesn't really work well in the international setting, which is why those type of players don't really thrive over there.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with what Ant was saying last week, where um, you might have to just start AD, set the tone early with the defense, the pace, and then bring Embiid off the bench to get his, 10, 15, whatever he scores. Just body the subs. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, and that's a great transition point to look forward to Team USA's next opponent, which is Team South Sudan. Again, they recently beat them 101 to 100 not too long ago in a friendly exhibition. They say it again.
It's a very close game.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Captain America, late captain, doing the game winner, and let's not forget about AD and I think Derek White actually had the block, and then AD got the rebound. But um, heroic plays, it probably would have been a been an L for Team USA. But looking forward, like I said, they play Wednesday, July 31st. Uh, Brandon, I'll go to you on this one. How should Team USA approach Team South Sudan?
No threes. They're gonna try to shoot threes and play, and they're gonna play fast and hard on defense because that's how you win a basketball game when you have less talent is by try harder no defense and making a lot of threes. So I mean, we've seen the Heat get to the finals a few times by doing that exact thing and get there from the AC by doing that same thing. And taking a game off the current champs by doing that same thing by hitting a lot of threes, playing fast and playing hard defense. So I think that's what South Sudan, that's what their game plan is how they can't attack them in game one. They didn't allow Team USA to get comfortable at all. They kept it frantic. So I expect more of the same from them. Team USA is still going to win though.
Do you have a score prediction?
No.
Okay, we'll give one anyway.
I mean, it's tough to say. Probably somewhere in like
throw a number up.
Somewhere near. I say 105, 105, 100.
All right, for all you bettors out there, 105, 100. Mystic B on Mystic B with the predictions. And how should Team USA game plan for Team South Sudan?
Well, I think in this game specifically, Jason Tatum has to play because this is a taller team and they are athletic and they are fast and they can shoot. Is we're gonna have to play the what size we have. So I think in this matchup, I think Jason Tatum definitely plays. I think Bam Adebayo plays a lot. I think all three big men are gonna have to play. Period. But I think Bam's probably gonna see a whole lot of minutes at the 4 in this matchup. Probably LeBron and KD at the 3 a lot. Might even see Tatum with like Derek White and Drew on the floor. But I think for this matchup specifically, we should focus on defense because to what Brandon said, this team, they knows how talented Team USA are. So they're going to come in and they're going to play as hard as they possibly can play. So we have to be prepared to get some very, very key major stops. We're going to have to figure out a way to not give them what they're trying to do, lock it in on defense. That's my key to success on this one is like, and not even to in a sense of like this team is better, but every game, honestly, we need to set the tone on defense because we know what this team can do on offense. But if we're not getting stops, we'll end up in shootouts, and you know them can go either way any day.
Yeah, we almost lost to a shootout last time.
Yeah,
to the same team.
You never know who on that day. So get into a shootout, that ain't always the answer. They gotta lock it in on defense. They gotta really show everybody that they're better.
Yeah, and if you had to bet your last dollar, what would be the final score? And who's winning?
I got like 115 and like 85. I don't keep it a stack. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't see like I'm sticking to what I said. It's a walk down, bro. Until France is standing in front of us, everybody's getting beat by 15, 20.
Wait, didn't South Sudan just win today, right?
Yep. Man, not against us.
I don't think they're that bad. I don't think. I mean, they're not.
I don't care. They ain't play us.
Fair.
They finna get whooped.
That's fair. Stand on it. Yeah, South Sudan beat Puerto Rico 90-79. So
they beat Jose Alvarado.
They dunk on one of them.
Yeah,
they beat Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, I do want to transition to some Ant mentioned about playing Jason Tatum. There's been a lot of memes today. I know y'all seen them, bro. Jason Tatum, Gatorade passes, towel throws, count his stats that way because him and Halliburton haven't played. But I feel like Jason Tatum should have been playing definitely, just based on his talent. I mean, and I'll go back to you on this one. Why hasn't Jason Tatum played yet, bro? Like, I know it's only been the first game, but why hasn't he played?
Honestly, I don't know why they didn't play him today. Like, I only kind of get the Halliburton thing because like even he is like he's decent on the floor and we were winning like majority of the game, but I guess we'd have to maintain because like I said, like Serbia never stopped scoring. Like we had the lead, but at no point did Serbia stop putting up points. So I don't know. I don't know why he didn't play. Like it's weird because he can with this team specifically, he can play the 2, the 3, even sometimes the 4 for us. So it's like, why aren't we using him? And he plays really well without the ball too. Like he's been in the previous exhibition games, he's done well without the ball. He's gotten his 8, 9, 10, 11 points that basically everybody needs to get. Like it's I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. Like I don't and then it's like I don't understand who's playing over him. Well,
I mean, Derek
it's
White, his
probably
teammate
because of
is.
Devin Booker and Anthony Edwards, honestly. Because both of them are Devin Booker went 4 for 4 from the floor on this game. I think he didn't miss a shot, and Anthony Edwards is doing the damn thing every single time he come in. That man's first basket was a lob off a stop. After they lost it the first time, he tried to throw the lob. They got it back, and LeBron threw him a lob again, and he got it. So it's like them two dudes, Devin Booker and Anthony Edwards, are playing their ass off. So hey, it could just be a thing of Jason Tatum gonna have to get them sidestep threes right. If he want to get out there and play, he gonna have to outdo somebody in practice because they said at the game they had D Wade announcing at the Serbia game today, and they was talking about how they was at practice before this game. It was like they had a practice, and they had one of them intense practices where people was shit talking and like one of them practices. So hey, Jason Tatum might have been on the receiving end of somebody going off in practice, so it could be why he didn't get to play. So I don't know what needs to happen, but he gonna have to. I guess he gonna have to earn his minutes, and when he do get in there, he gonna have to show them why he should be in there.
Yeah, Brandon, I'll go to you.
I,
Same question. Why hasn't Jason Tatum played this first game?
I think Steve Kerr can smell that stink I was talking about.
On the champ,
There it is.
On the champ.
The not Finals
Y'all see that?
MVP.
There was a meme of this guy who wears like he wears like political shirts on the planes, and people in hopes for validation. They're saying Jason Tatum sitting on the plane waiting for people to call him champ. Because I mean, look, I don't, I'm not, I definitely, I've definitely, you guys know, even in the group chat earlier, I told you guys that Tatum should be starting at the 3 if they're not going to start KD and they start Holiday. And I mean, I think I kind of feel the same way. It just kind of feels like Tatum's position is a little redundant because KD and LeBron, and now they're playing like with Steve Kerr's like style of basketball is more guard heavy anyway. So Derek White and Drew Holiday effectively stole Jason Tatum's minutes, and he wasn't going to take any from KD, and he's not going to take any from LeBron. So I mean, that's where they all went. And I don't know what goes into the decision making on that. I mean, it's obviously working because Holiday and White are great complementary players to play with star players. I am a little curious because like they play this LeBron bully ball game in the second half a lot of times where he's like just kind of dominating and bullying people to the rim. And I feel like Tatum can do the same thing because that's how he got to the finals this past offseason. Like those sidestep threes, I think, are a product of him saying, "Hey, maybe I'm going to the rim a little too much. Let me try to shoot a 3 this time." Because he can get to the rim like at will. He's like that. He just doesn't do it. And maybe they don't really need him to take those type of shots in Team USA. As you see, no one really takes those type of shots um in Team USA. So
he's trying to bully LeBron today.
Yeah. I don't know I don't really know where his place is on the team. And then like you forward over to the finals MVP, like beefing with Grant Hill. Maybe they're sitting Tatum because Brown's talking crazy on Twitter. But it's interesting because I don't know. Like he fits into what they're trying to do. Like if they didn't have KD, but because they have KD, he's not going to get the minutes that he's not even. I can see him playing like at most 10 minutes, like maybe depending on the matchup, and that's going to look weird for him moving forward.
Well, hey, I mean, hopefully Jason Tatum, he proves his position and gets the minutes he I know he has the skill too, but maybe he's just not showing it like you said at the practice or other players are fitting the scheme more. Hopefully, we get to see him on the court.
Everybody
Um,
can't handle that. The way international basketball, the way they physical off ball, everybody ain't handling that shit well. And he just may be one of them people that don't handle it well.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he's
Well,
definitely
even
not like the vocal leader.
Definitely adjusted because that's why he hasn't. That's why he doesn't shoot as much as Devin Booker normally shoots because he's adjusting to. There's a lot of pushing off ball,
yeah,
but
that's how Book plays, bro. Book plays physical. Like he
nah,
likes that stuff.
nah, bro.
Book is a physical player.
It
What
is
you mean?
not the same. It is not the same. No matter what you say, how they playing international ball, off ball, how people are like literally pulling, grabbing, pushing, like right on people's hip, and the ref is not like they'll see it. They're not gonna say anything. These are not fouls.
Yeah.
Like these are fouls in the NBA. What they're doing. That's what I'm saying. Everybody can't handle that, and it's a big adjustment. That's why Devin Booker has on. That's why he been point guarding a lot. That's why he passes a lot because he's not getting his same catch into his fluid motion shots. Like he's catching the ball, somebody's pulling him, pushing him. He's off balance catching the ball, so it's different, and that could be a big part of why Jason Tatum's not playing because I have never seen him handle that well. That off ball physical, like no, he makes the pass well off that, but his scoring ability off the physical play, I've never seen Jason Tatum be specifically great at scoring through physicality.
It's how the Heat beat him every year. So it's like that's basically it. That's how the Heat beat him. That's how like all you got to do is hit them in the mouth a little bit, and they don't answer a lot of times, which is what all I was waiting for this whole postseason was for that to happen. But it never happened because they never played anyone on their level. So it's um I think you're right in that regard. I think some physicality may take Tatum out of what he does.
Yeah. Hey, we're now about to bring up the discussion of the Celtics chip. Is we looking forward to
Ain't nothing to talk about.
24,
Ain't nothing to
25.
talk about.
But
The champ.
moving on to the next topic. Some historic teams in the past for the Olympics for Team USA has had some interesting names for their roster. Dream Team, the Redeem Team. What would y'all call the team, the 2024 U.S. men's basketball team? The one I see mainly floating around is the Avengers. I don't know what they avenging because didn't they win
Right.
gold last time? But
Nah, they came in. They got bronze last time.
did they?
Yeah, they got bronze. That's why. Yeah, because they brought like Austin Reeves and like all
Are
these
you talking
players
about
that
the
didn't.
FIBA?
Yeah,
The
FIBA. That's why they.
FIBA
That's
When
Cup?
the last time they
remember
got
last
gold
summer.
in the Olympics?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, in the Olympics, but then they
Olympics and
came out
FIBA
with
not
that
the
weak
same.
squad
That's
last
what
year.
I'm saying.
They came out with that weak squad last year and ended up losing to a lot more. It's like way more like teams that just have more talent and IQ. Which is why we went and got our actually good players this time. Like this is why LeBron and Steph were apparently were just sitting there watching. I was like, man, let me get on the phone and let me get in on this as soon as the Team USA got eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, it might be because they call him LeBron James Captain America. I mean, what? Put y'all creative hats on. What would y'all give? What name would y'all give this 2024 U.S. Team USA basketball team?
Shit, team experience. They got a lot of players know what the fuck they doing. Like a lot of players that have been here before. A lot of them dudes already got gold medals. Like they playing like it. From what I see in the first game, like there was no slowdown in the offense. Like outside of the first quarter, it was like they struggled in the first to get it going. Once Anthony Davis came out, and they figured out their offense. Kevin Durant came out, got it going. LeBron kept it going. Anthony Edwards, like I would say, experience because the more experienced players are the guys who are keeping this motherfucker flowing.
Team OGs. Brandon, what you think?
I mean, I think the Avengers is a fine name. I don't. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, because just the way that the team came together, and how like they feel like they're beckoning on the call because Team USA lost at FIBA. All of a sudden, LeBron James is stepping up. All of a sudden, like Steph and AD and KD and hell, even Kawhi, if you want to count him, all decided, hey, we're gonna be there, to do it because I mean, even like if you go back to 2016, like I don't think we brought our best players, but we still won. But it's nice to see that the best of the best is out there this time around.
What year did you say?
2016 when they went to they were in Brazil, I believe.
That wasn't the last one. The last one would have been in 2020, wasn't it? That's the Olympics.
They canceled the 2020 Olympics. Yeah, they canceled it. Right?
At
They didn't
Tokyo?
cancel.
No. What are you talking about?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
no,
like,
they
no,
did. They did the 2020 Olympics in 2021. My bad.
Yeah.
Who was on that team? Who was on the 2020 team?
Let's see.
They won. Kevin Durant was on that team.
Hold on.
Oh, that's when he got his third one. Because he was on 12, 16, and 2020.
It was like KD and Bam.
They won gold for the last
4
Zach
years
LaVine
or so,
on
right?
that team.
Wow, this is a
Bam,
blur.
Booker, Durant,
Jeremy
Grant,
This is a blur.
Keldon Johnson, Zach LaVine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the team.
McGee, Chris Middleton,
KD was cooking.
Booker, Jeremy Grant. Wow,
they got gold.
Yeah, KD.
Keldon Johnson.
I want everybody to look at that team and know that KD took them and went and got a gold medal.
This looks like an NBA roster, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm not even sure this would be the best team in the league.
Got gold.
I'm not even sure this team would be like this would be maybe a top 3 seed in the West. Wow. Damn, Lillard was out there too. Why don't I remember this? That's crazy.
Hey, them pandemic years was,
That's when they had those all like royal blue jerseys. Cause I think the away jerseys was like all blue, and the home jerseys like the shoulders was like red, and the rest of the jersey was like white or something like that.
Man, I could have sworn they canceled
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because Dame was there.
You went to Tokyo.
Dame got a medal. Zach LaVine got a medal. KD made that happen.
I forgot Zach LaVine got a medal.
Shouts out to Kevin Durant.
Jeremy Grant got a medal. JaVale McGee got a medal.
JaVale McGee.
I think Draymond has 2 medals because he went to 2016 as well.
Yeah.
I remember that because that's when he had the Snapchat debacle.
Moving on. There was some, speaking of nicknames, there was some discussion on Team USA, a little fun discussion about who had the best nickname out of the players on the team. Some of the names include, King James, Easy Money Sniper, Slim Reaper, Chef Curry. Just I'm going to go to you, Ant, first. Which nickname is probably the hardest on Team USA?
Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper?
Yeah. That man nicknames, he'd kill him. And he's showing. He, like you said, all time Team USA leader in points. Kill him.
Yeah, I mean that's the best one. It's not even close. A lot of those other ones aren't. Like the Slim Reaper is an actual nickname. Chef Curry isn't a nickname. I'm sorry, that's not a nickname. That's like it's a play on his name, yeah, but it's not the same. Like you're not gonna put Chef Curry on. Is Curry gonna put Chef on the back of his jersey if they do like those nickname jerseys again? You know what I mean? Like
Chef Curry would go hard though on the back of a jersey.
I would.
Imagine if everybody had they specific design to their nicknames on their jersey, like not super not super unique, but like just some special like design on their specific jersey that differentiates theirs from anybody else's. Like if KD had like a little like a Grim Reaper popping out like from behind his number or whatever, or Chef Curry like I don't know like the chef hat or
have his name written in flame.
Right.
Yeah, or King James, just have this over his 23 or 6, whatever number he be wearing. You know what I'm saying? That'd be clean.
Put the crown over his number.
Yeah. Bro, if they don't get on, what happened to like nicknames like the round mound of rebound or the big ticket? Those are nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Those are nicknames. That's Charles Barkley.
Oh, that's Charles Barkley's nickname? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's
I'd rather have Chef Curry, bro. I'd rather have Chef
Sir Charles.
I'd rather have Book than that, bro. I'd rather have Book.
You rather have Book than round mound of rebound?
I'd rather have Book than round mound of rebound, bro.
Right.
I'm not about to have my fans call me round mound, bro. Come on. Who we
They
talking
called
about?
that man KG the Big Ticket. That's a good nickname.
That's a good
They
one.
called Magic
that was
Johnson's
good.
nickname. Magic Johnson. Come on, that's his name now. Like
Hold
that's a
on.
good
Just real
nickname.
quick, we gotta look. 25 worst nickname. And we might have to pull this back up at a later one. The mailman, Frosty. Okay.
No, the
That's like,
mailman went out. The
I don't
mailman went
mess
out as
with
soon
hell,
as
man, bro. I
Scottie
don't mess
Pippen
with
Scottie
this.
Pippen made that post game. He had that post game interview after they lost after they won the title. I think they're 6-1, where he said the mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays. That shit instantly killed that nickname. Instantly.
Moochie Norris.
What?
All right, well, hey, we're gonna put this on the back burner and bring this up another episode
I
because
saw
this
Steve
this this
franchise on
this
there.
will be
It's tripping.
fun. But anyway, let's move on to more NBA specific news. The NBA signs a new 11-year media agreement deal, leaving long-term partner of TNT. So with this deal, it's with the Walt Disney Company, NBC Universal, and Amazon Prime through the 2035 and 36 season. Now, what does this mean for NBA fans, right? I have a little summary here from NBC News. ABC and ESPN will still broadcast games and will also retain
You know, who's gonna
exclusive
talk to us about these games?
exclusive broadcasts of the NBA Finals. Fans will have to subscribe to 2 streaming platforms, Peacock and Amazon Prime, in order to access the complete slate of games. The NBA will still offer its League Pass subscription service. Now, as someone who has used Peacock,
Is League Pass gonna get you that? So you
I don't.
can't see the Amazon and Peacock games if you have League Pass.
I think so, but I'm not certain because. Oh wait, so basically, here's a little breakdown. So on Mondays, this is what a sample basketball week would look like. Mondays, Peacock. Tuesday, NBC Broadcast Network and Peacock. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday, Amazon Prime Video. Friday, Amazon Prime Video or ESPN. Saturday, ABC Broadcast Network or Amazon Prime. Sunday, ABC and NBC.
You know what mine finna look like?
Right. Hey, before you get there,
Monday.
how
Free
does
media
this
hectic.
change affect fans? Is this good for fans? Is this bad for fans? Or is it more the same? And I'm going to go to you because you had something to say.
Bad. I just think this is bad. I think the 2 streaming sources y'all are picking to put it on, I just feel like no sports fans going to Amazon to watch a basketball game. And I can't speak for everybody, but my experience on Peacock was not good. Like, I remember Peacock was like the only people that had the Halloween movie that came out. It was just, I don't like how Peacock set up. So I don't think this is gonna be good. We don't know who is going to be doing the halftime and post game, pre-game stuff on Peacock and Amazon. So it's like I don't know, man. I'm hoping for the best, but it ain't looking too good.
Brandon, how do you think this change will affect fans? Is it good for the fans, bad for the fans, or is it just more of the same nonsense?
I think it's just more the same, honestly. I mean, it's already think about how hard it is to like stream a game right now anyway. Like with last year, it was like I actually really liked that they put it on Max last year. That they had the TNT broadcast on Max because it was just easier for me to find versus trying to like because think about it, if you don't have cable, how are you gonna watch TNT? You know what I mean? Like if you don't have cable, you can't watch those games. And then they wouldn't show up on League Pass if I'm getting that right. I just think it's more the same. I mean, look, like I've watched college football on Amazon Prime and it's been fine. I've watched the group play last year on Amazon and it was fine. I'm not happy about having to pick up Peacock because there's nothing on there for me. I don't want to watch The Office. You know, maybe I'll watch some Hey Arnold or something. I don't know. But I mean, having to pay for that just to watch NBA games is ridiculous. So I will be finding some alternative routes online to some different streaming sources outside of the norm in order to stream these games because I just kind of refuse to get more streaming services to do essentially the same thing. And then for them, like, and then for the interface for these multi-billion-dollar companies to have the worst apps imaginable. Like, I just can't. I don't like. I mean, I don't like the way media is going anyway, because it feels like everything's tied behind a subscription. I think this just makes it a lot more weird. Only thing I will say is that I'm actually not grieving the loss of Inside the NBA on TNT. I feel like for the most part the product was good. It's obviously really funny, but I don't think it was the best I don't think it was the best way to represent the sport. I think, like, as much as I love Shaq, I love Charles and all them, I feel like sometimes Shaq could be a little hatey. Like, he kind of hates on people, and I don't think it looks well, because it's just kind of like it's a weird energy.
That's not how it looked to me.
Well, when they think about it, when Donovan Mitchell like was on, and this was a couple years ago, he said, "I don't think you're a top 10 player." Now, why would you go and say that? Why? How is that an interview question?
Because he's tough on all the guys he thinks is good.
I don't care. That sucks. I don't want to see that.
Like that forever.
Ask him questions about the game. I don't care if you think he's not a top 10 player. I don't know what that does for it.
But he does.
But I don't know what that does for it. But what does that do? Because if anything, it creates enemies. Like, think about it. He had JaVale McGee saying he was harassing him.
These people, but JaVale McGee. Everybody else that he said something about is what it is. Nobody has a problem with him for real. Even with
I think it's hard to watch.
He was on Dwight Howard's ass on Dwight Howard's whole career, because Dwight Howard came in and they deemed him Superman. So it's like, hey, if they think you me, I need to see you do it. That's why he was on his ass, because he knew Dwight Howard was good. But it's like, you gotta get some of them joints. You can't just be good. And that's all. I mean, that's how it looked to me. I never got hater from Shaq.
I don't know. I got hater from I got hater from it, like, pretty early. Like, no, it was not early on. It was more like I think around the time where, like, the big men started coming back. Like with Jokic coming up, with Embiid, with Cat, and all of them, and like the unicorn phase and all of the Porzingises and everything like that. I feel like Shaq maybe thought his position as the guy maybe has diminished, and he felt a little like forgot about, because that's when he started like just kind of talking a lot of mess, because he wasn't doing that when he first got to Inside the NBA back in 2011. He would joke with like the Shaq and the Fool stuff, but I never saw him like question a player's like position in the league the way that he has been doing the last couple of years. And I think it does make the product hard to watch for people who don't care about that type of stuff and they just want to get coverage of the NBA. I mean, it's like, it sucks that it's gone, because I really do like that I do like all those guys working together, and it sucks that is gone, because it is a funny show, but it's not a serious basketball program, and I don't. They sometimes market it like that. The other times they don't, and then it's, you know what I mean. It was gonna have to come to an end at some point, because it was just gonna have to. It sounds like they're suing because they matched the deal and they still went with the Amazon deal. I read an article on that. And Charles Barkley seems pretty upset that they didn't let them match the offer. It doesn't sound like he's done with it. I don't know where else he fits in though, because he's been doing that since the 90s. So it's like it's gonna, the whole landscape changing is a little crazy. I wonder what they're gonna the product is gonna turn into, and where the focus is gonna be on how they cover the game. Like, I think the fun aspect of TNT is definitely needed. I don't like the challenging of positions and everything like that, because all this stuff is subjective anyway. I'd rather just talk about the game and the stuff that happens in it. Like, I hate legacy talk, because legacy talk is all subjective. It is. It really is. There's no Mount Rushmore in the NBA. There's too many players to put on there.
Sure.
Real quick, Ant, before you get started. But yeah, TNT is basically suing, just to get some inside background on it, because TNT did match the offer, but the NBA decided to go with Amazon, Walt Disney, whatever, anyway. So it just seems like they're a little salty, and they're kind of trying to like do whatever they can to get some type of compensation for that bet. Because I mean, look, the NBA is a big deal. Like, losing that is you're gonna feel.
I mean, a lot of people just lost their job.
Yeah, that too. But
Beyond that, a lot of people that just lost their job
yeah,
that weren't bad at their jobs that didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's I'm not sure if the NBA has came out with their reasoning for choosing Walt Disney versus going back and accepting the same price. But
Felt like it
look,
went to-
look, with these big corporations and all this money, like we really don't know the real reason. Like they just be they doing what they got to do, and we have to, I guess, accept it. So
It's all advertisement faced with all the streaming stuff, man. Like, cause think there's no one's going to the TNT app. Like, you think about it, like on cable television is dying, so they wanted to go to a more streaming route because I think
No
that
one's
puts the
watching
game in front of
TV on fucking bro. Outside of Invincible, I don't know of anything that's on Amazon worth watching. And there's nothing on Peacock worth watching.
the boys, but I agree
They
with
had
you.
to deal with Hulu
Boys.
prior to that.
I mean, there's movies on there. Like
They
I
had
don't
to
think
deal with
Prime
Hulu
is,
prior to that. And more people watch Hulu than both of those two streaming sources they just signed with.
I think Amazon has a further
Yes.
reach. It's Amazon.
Yeah,
Amazon
that's
can
fine.
get in front of more people than
Amazon's
anyone
streaming
else.
source is not as big as the rest of the things Amazon is going on.
No, if you own Amazon Prime, like the delivery service, you get the streaming service free.
That's
So
fine.
all of those people
No
who
one
have
cares.
Prime
no one's
already,
watching that shit. There's
who
nothing
have
on
Prime
there to
already
watch.
can go and stream the NBA now for $15 a month.
Well, some of the NBA.
Well, some of it,
Right.
some of it.
I think that's the
Right.
main point. It's
right,
too
some of it for $15, and then I gotta pay somebody else $10 for some of it, and then I
Yeah.
still gotta have something else to watch.
Don't you have to do that
Why
already?
am I doing all that?
You have to
Why
do that
we need to
already.
do all that? How are you looking out for the fans or the fans of basketball? Period. By doing all that, because that just
How
looks
are
like
you-
everybody's looking out for a bunch of other people's pockets. Because it was way more accessible on TNT to the majority of the people that watch basketball.
Not if you don't have cable. That's why Stream East took off.
I don't-
TNT's
we
not a
don't
free
we don't know
channel.
what you're talking about. I don't know what the stream W is, but we're gonna move on from that. But
Team-
look, I think the point
Team
is
not-
that it's
It's not a free channel. So you gotta have
it's
to
more of
game to
like
watch.
a broken, like it's not just one place to watch it. You have to have all these different subscriptions and pay all these different subscription fees. Like you can't just have cable and get every game. You have to I have to have cable and a streaming service and another streaming service and pay for all of those to see the games I want to see. I think that's the main issue, which I think we can all agree on. That's an issue. Not saying it wasn't bad before, but dissecting the TNT audience into more streaming services is making it worse. So, but hey, we'll leave it off
There's
on
like
that.
the cable. There's like the
It's
cable
literally
package that
harder for
includes
the average
TNT.
person
And
to watch basketball.
But Brandon, you're just saying Amazon Prime. You still got to pay for Peacock to see some.
I
of the
mean,
games.
you have to pay for Peacock, you have to pay for Prime, or you have to pay for cable,
There
where
ain't
you have
no
to pay
or,
for
it's
pack-
the and.
that,
keep
or
saying
you pay
it's
for the
not an
package
or,
on
it's
cable
the
that has
and.
the ESPN deal, that has ESPN, and has TNT together. Not because those
You
aren't
still
always
have
those
to
aren't
pay
always
for
mutual.
somebody.
All right. Well, look,
Like,
maybe.
now-
Hey, look. Last point. We'll wait for more details on it. We'll see what the breakdown is, and we'll come back to it. If it's just like, hey, you choose Amazon Prime and get all the games, you choose Peacock and get all the games, or you choose cable, get all the games, cool. But if you have to break, or like Ant was saying, you have kids, you can see some of the games on cable, some of the games on Amazon Prime, and some of the games on Peacock. But we don't have all the details right now, so we can't really discuss it. But hey, I think this is a good discussion. We'll definitely touch back on this once we get more details. But all right, y'all. It's been a short week. We will see y'all next time when Elijah back, and we might have some new stuff for y'all. We might be live streaming. We'll see, but yay, make sure y'all comment. We want Elijah, Jared McCain TikTok. Make sure y'all comment that in the comments. All right, and say peace to the people.
Peace, people.
All right, y'all. Hey, stay cool, y'all.